Okay. We made it. Unfortunately, through the timeline that we had, some members couldn't make it, concerns of the COVID, and actually there were some people that had health issues, and if we didn't have the restrictions that we had, I think we would have had 150 people. So I'm going to try to get a little interactive with you people. I want to see show of hands on some things. Who here is not excited about being here? Who is? Okay. I am going to use a little age here, hopefully. I was a fire department training officer, and I always believed in speeches with audio-visual aids or something, and because I couldn't afford $10,000 for a Disney exec to do my PowerPoint, I brought my pocketbook with me. So I'd like to just give you a little rundown as how we got here. Many of you know, but I'd like to give you the little story on what's going on here.
We're going to be here a long time.
In August of 2019, when D23 announced that Disney was planning an enormous 50th anniversary, they were going to have parties in all of our parks, massive fireworks, and extreme, they called it extreme extra magic hours, and the last time Disney did extreme magic hours, it was 24 hours. So it looked like it was going to be a big deal, and wanted to see how we could get here, and that's when I approached Nicolasa, and we brought it to a board meeting in November of 2019, and we sent our first, they approved it to go ahead, and in January of 2019, we sent our first invitations out. Now, if you haven't gotten an email from me,
You're lucky.
So, how long was that? 773 days ago, approximately. It's when this event started. Prior to COVID, and everything from there on was just a complete roller coaster, up and down of a lot of things that interfered with planning. The invitations went out, and COVID wasn't an issue, and in February of 2020, we got our contract with Disney and we started our reservations in March. So that is where we got. So I'm going to get into a little thing here, because this is a meet and greet, and what we do at meet and greet is see old friends and meet new friends. So I like to go through a little bit of where you were in the last 20 years, and by my and my wife's lanyards, I couldn't load everything up, but I wanted to see who was where. And when you look back at the calendar, any big events date back almost 15 years. And a show of hands, who was at Disneyland during the week of the 50th anniversary there in 2020? Okay, I want everybody kind of like look around, know anybody that was there at the time. Okay, the next event, back still at Disneyland, was in 2004. Who was at the Blast to the Past? Anybody in for the Blast to the Past? Okay. Okay. All right. We're going to keep going back. Okay. The event that was coming up was the Blast to the Past was. Anybody remember the mosaics that they had at Disneyland? I don't even know if they're still up. Any of those huge mosaics all over, where you turned in a picture and you got your picture up. They're not there anymore. Anybody had their picture on one of those mosaics? Okay, okay. They were something. I mean, they were just like a 1-inch square, and they just made huge mosaics. And it's unbelievable. Turn the clock back a little further. Anybody here on the WDAC first and only cruise convention? Okay, still got some people with us. Okay. Going back to Disneyland. This was the big one. Who was at the family reunion? 2001. Family reunion. Was anybody a part of this picture? It was estimated that there was 2,800 people in that picture for that. So that was a big event. Obviously, we couldn't get that big here, but I had wishes we could. Now we're going to do a group picture here. I didn't ask Nicholas as our camera person here. We're going to try to get one group with a professional camera, and those pictures will be distributed with everybody. So if you're not on my email list, make sure I get it. Okay? All right. Last one. 2000. Right here in this room was the It's a Small World. Who was there at It's a Small World? Okay. So we all have something in common. Okay? We've been around the block, many of us, and a lot of Disney things. And I'm not going to delay us from eating anymore, but I do have one story that probably needs to be told a little bit more. And it has to do with this meet and greet. It was always advertised that this was going to be a luncheon. And I had expectations of what's going to happen today. And again, with the Disney negotiations and stuff and the COVID and all kinds of issues, we told everybody we were going to have $50 for the luncheon, and that was going to be it. And as time progressed, and we still had not had a menu. And when it came out, we were going to have finger food. I asked, what is that? Well, I got the answer back, pretzels and potato chips and things like that. And once in a while, I can send a nasty email. One of my nasty emails went out, and I sent it to the whole board and stuff. And it came back, and Nicholas touched upon it, and I think it needs to be noted a little bit more. We are having the Italian buffet. I won't tell you what it costs, but I'm going to tell you that there was a key person involved in giving you this luncheon today. And I'm going to call Louis up here, because I'd like to give him a presentation. And Louis is responsible for a major part of your afternoon. And since I did not know how to do this, we have a laser guy up in Wisconsin. I asked him to modify some artwork and stuff. And it says WD 50th anniversary. It's got the castle with a magic wand. It says, Louis, thank you for the magic from the 104 people. So you're all a part of this presentation, Louis. And Louis, I want to thank you for that is all I have. And I think I might be coming back up here a little later to talk about the other other events that we have. Is that correct? And think we'll still come back up and talk about the picture tomorrow and things like that? Or do you want me to do it now?
Thank you so much for that.
Okay.
Satisfies me to
Okay.
generous thing on our behalf. Thank you very much.